So I don't dismiss my daughter from going into the house. So one of my kids guys, he was a new landlord, a new job. So don't you know, they're crazy.
Okay, I'm gonna call the meeting to order at 5:30. Start with the pledge. I pledge allegiance
It's to the flag, the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Margaret, Tom, and Pam here. Josh is excused. He's trying to get some work done on his solar site, so he won't be able to be here. Anybody have anything to say for public comment?
Well, I had it in the bulletin, the church bulletin,
Okay.
that was brought up at the last township board meeting. That explains that they are looking to, well, St. Bernard's, Mother of Good Counsel, and there's another parish that are looking to purchase Goodings Grove School, and their intentions are to turn it not only into a parish center, but a community center for Homer Glen. So Pam said that she was not aware at the meeting. That's why I brought the bulletin. I guess it's been in the last couple weeks, and then in all the churches. So, but that is their intention, is that it's not just for the parishes. They want it to be a community center as well for Homer. And that, you know, as we're thinking about an event center, multi-structure, whatever that you guys, you know, want to put in over at Trantina, if this is really a go in the future, then this might be something to look at in lieu of having to construct something else.
Okay. Anyone else? All right, I need the approval of the minutes from our last meeting, our November, meeting of November 20th.
I will make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, the only thing I've got ready to start is at the Trantina, at the dog park. As I announced at the meeting, we bought 2 shade shelters to be put up there in the spring, one on each side of the dog park, so that users will have a place to sit in the park itself and be out of the sun, dogs to relax, that sort of thing.
For anybody that cares, here's a picture of what it's gonna look like. There's one for each side.
Okay, I don't know that we have anything else. I think everybody is going. We're not doing anything with the barn that I know of.
Well, we're just still working on
The light
replacement
fixture,
for
the light
the
fixture, yeah.
exterior light fixtures. We still have to get that presented to the Will County
Okay,
Historic
cause
Preservation.
there's a fixture Menards has got that looks almost identical to the one that's
Yeah.
up there.
I think that's what staff is now working on. I know you had talked with Cynthia, and I think what she's actually trying to do is find something as close to the
Yeah.
original, but that maybe doesn't have the
That's not
character
obvious.
flaws or
Yeah.
that it forces it to be, constantly
Right.
being blown.
Right, yeah, that
Loose
one
from the connection.
is unbalanced.
Yep.
Okay.
So if we could get something very close, it shouldn't be much of an issue with the historic preservation.
Exactly. And we're not doing anything with the metal shed. The granary is basically the way it is. As far as I know, the rental house is
Yeah.
still rented and in good shape and all that sort of thing.
Yeah, everything's been completed, the fall maintenance has been performed, everything's good. This time of year has been transitioning back and forth, all of the properties from
Right.
seasons, so. And we were able to, get the,
The new
The new
sign?
signs installed under the weather, got that finished, it just
Okay.
took forever, 2 months out of the county for the permit. Which was kinda crazy, since one of them was already there, it was just a replacement, but, you know, it is what it is, and we have to follow the rules, just like everybody, so.
So far as our multi-purpose building, we're still going in the same direction we were going. We're looking at different options, grants, money coming in, that sort of thing. I don't know that we're doing anything. The only thing I know is the latrine is closed up, has been cleaned and closed for the winter.
Yeah, I don't know if we actually closed it up, we try to keep the latrine, open, as long as we possibly can, as long as there's not a lot of vandalism or, you know, problems with it, we do try to keep that open. We did have it pumped out.
Right.
We always try to do that annually to make sure that, you know, everything is under control, but there are times that we do have to, close it, but I think it's open.
So far as the grounds, we did try and do our fall, burn to clean up the grass and the invasive plants and stuff, and it was just so wet that it couldn't be done. They did some mowing for some fire breaks.
Right.
It looks like they'll try and do
They
the
said,
burn in the
yeah,
spring.
we did get an update since we last spoke, and they said that they don't think that they will be able to, finish the fall burn. They will resume in the spring. They did get in the fire breaks, and, they got those mowed, and they did a partial burn, so, it's just not dry enough to, you know,
Yeah.
complete it, so.
You know, the only other thing is, I haven't mentioned to anybody, I was really surprised what we had burned last year came back as much as it did.
Yeah, I mean, it just is, it's my understanding, it's just to control the invasives,
yeah.
and the natives will, you know, have a better chance then to prevail.
Okay, other than that, I don't know. We got, as far as I know, everything with the farms is the leases are in date.
Right, everything.
Everything is taken care of. So far as, fundraising, we talked at a bunch of stuff. One of the things I was just thinking the other day, I'd like to, and we sort of discussed it, is pop-up events. And I don't know if it's possible, but maybe do something, in the fall, like we did with Homer, with our festival. Do you, Margaret, do you have a list of the vendors and everything that were there?
Yes, I do.
Would it be possible for you to either email them or let me know and I'll send something out? Just to see if they'd be interested in doing an event in the fall?
Certainly.
And, you know, basically it would be vendors, if somebody wants to do some demonstrations or something, that'd be fine, but I'm not looking to spend big money on demonstrations. I'd rather have some vendors and maybe some, you know, activities where we make money rather than spending money.
Right, and we did talk about, all along, we've been talking about fundraising that would be low cost type,
Right.
so there wouldn't be much expenses. And, you have to produce, non-tax revenue for open space and, for the program. And so I've been investigating the types of, events and ideas that I've been getting from you, and especially last month. And I'm just gonna read from, since the minutes have been approved here, I'm going to reading what kind of things they are. And there's nothing unusual here, but there are events and ideas here that would be interesting to people, and that they would command, people coming. So, we talked about flea market, craft shows, a dog park event, an antique show, garage sales, entertainment, along with any of these, let's say magic shows and so forth, as an idea. None of these are set, we've only discussed them, and we've thrown out ideas. We appreciate ideas from anybody else. And anything educational, historical, agricultural, maybe a theater, something instructional, art shows, fairs. We've talked about something like a
do with food. And, I have been looking, we're working on I'm trying to get someone who could be in charge. There are events where, an organization, allows and discusses whatever their criteria is for their event, to have a person who does this kind of thing, that they actually, bring their own vendors, or bring their own entertainment, or bring whatever it is, and they have been very successful, so that there's, opportunity for both the person in charge and also the organization, making money. And,
So, yeah, yes, just a clarification, so I think, if I understand you, what we were saying is not that we're hiring a manager for events or
No,
anything like
no.
that, just strictly, that, for example, they would either, remit a certain amount of their proceeds and or have an expenditure, for using the property, and they would come up with the manpower and the management of the event.
That's correct.
We would just, enable and make sure that they comply with,
Oh, absolutely.
insurance and all the requirements.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, absolutely, it's just that, we do have contacts, people have, come over a period of time for Homer Harvest Days, and those people, as you say, Tom, I would be contacted if they were interested, depending on the kind of, event we're gonna have. So it lessens the work that this committee would do, and that's what other organizations do also. So, we also could have our own volunteers, but they seem to have a successful resource. And that's what we're looking for, and I have been searching, I've been looking, and, I have nothing specific to recommend now to say that we should consider doing these things, but, it's one way to, if we're going to have events more often, and we want the public to come, after all, this is a public, facility, and it provides a lot of opportunity for, open space funding and expenses and so forth, but it also, provides an opportunity for the public. And, that's why we're gonna stick to the Frontier Farms are great,
Well, I'm gonna sort of do the same thing, I've gotta get together with these people, but I've got a group that's talking about doing a monthly show out there, and that they would do all the work and we just get a percentage of the profits, so. It's a work in progress right now.
Right, I mean, a lot of stuff too, and, in my spare time too, I've, reached out and talked to some other communities where they do certain events and just trying to get an idea of, how their funding structures, what their fee structures, different things, and, the pluses and minuses, the strengths and weaknesses of, what they have with their events, and I know you had mentioned too that, for example, I think it was Orland where they did the dog event, and, while they do allow, animals, they have strict requirements about the kind of leashes and different things, so there's the idea, there's the mechanism for trying to raise funds, but then there's all the little minute details and stuff too, so, I think, this is a good time for us to, find out what's out there. And then I tried to make a couple phone calls on some things that I found, some ideas, but, it's the holidays, and a lot of places, people are on vacation, stuff is, so you're not, getting return phone calls, but it starts with that, and then, when, we come up with enough ideas and, details, then I think we can make a recommendation to the board.
that's right. And, as I said before, the Trentina Farm provides a great opportunity, and, there's ideas out there, and there's wonderful ideas out there, but it's what our criteria is, and so that's what I'm working with.
I'm not the chairman.
Okay, now I was just say, gonna say,
You would have to-
you're talking about the farm and that. So they're not gonna have that Homer Harvest Fest, and that was such a nice thing for the kids. I
We're
mean, that
hoping
was-
to do it again.
Something similar.
Something
That was
similar.
like so nice, I mean, you know, cause there's not much for like little kids, and we just you know, in such a small area, there was so much stuff there, and it was really, really nice, and I know, you know, people are complaining about that, but like, oh my God, it was just the nicest little thing, you know? So hopefully they
I
can
know,
get
I don't
that,
wanna,
something
yeah,
like that.
I don't wanna take a lot of time, but the last year we did it, was a lot of problem with volunteers. I moved in at 8 o'clock Friday morning and didn't leave till 8 o'clock Sunday night,
Yeah.
so.
A lot of little people
We
don't
have to make
realize.
sure that
Right.
we have an adequate, when you do an event where you're not trying, it was never set up to be a fundraising event, it was set up like a parade,
Yeah,
you know,
just
you're not
like-
raising
Right,
funds.
it's just something nice
Right,
for the
but
community, yeah.
in order to keep, you know, keep with that, you have to, we depended on a lot of volunteers.
Right,
And,
right.
there were a number of reasons, but for example, we used to have the ROTC that helped with our parking, and they really, the ROTC really made a big difference for us, but then we compete, you know, and this is what we don't wanna do. We don't wanna compete with other entities, with other municipalities and, you know, other organizations. So at that point, then the Lockport started saying, wow, you do for Homer, but you don't do for us. So then, the ROTC said, okay, we can only commit to doing something for, one thing for you every other year, one thing for the, so, you know, it starts to get to be, and so those are good, you know, volunteer groups. And, you know, of course, with parking, you have to have a good amount of people and
Right.
adults involved in all of this and stuff too. It's not just, you can't just have the Girl Scouts or the Brownie Troop come out and direct parking, you know, so, and we have to look at stuff like that, you know, same thing with even, you know, the events and the rides and stuff. We were a little tight, on the, train thing, and, you know, we saw some potential for some accidents and things happening there without having, even though people are just standing there, you know, they're giving signals to start things up. So, you know, you have to be careful, when it starts to get to be where you don't have enough, manpower. And then, if you wish to hire manpower and do things like, you know, we do with the bigger events, so like now the village does the fest, you have to look at those large budgets, and you have to factor those things in, and then you have to find a way to raise the funds to pay for those people to do those things and stuff. And so, it was a good place, I think, for the committee decided basically to take a step back and with the board's consensus as well, and look at, you know, other potential options. You know, whether something like this, whether people would be willing to pay premiums and do things and stuff, depending on how much it costs. Those are all the things that the committees explore, is trying to do the legwork before any final recommendations go to the board. And that's what this committee's doing.
Okay, the other thing for us is, I give you and Pam, this is a list for, potential list for our meeting dates for next year. I don't know that I see any problems with them, I looked at them all real quick, they're all the third Wednesday as we're doing this year.
Yeah, for right now, I looked at the dates too, and I think they're fine. And if there needed to be a change, or, you know, you can always
Yeah,
reschedule a meeting
They
if
just-
it
right.
doesn't work or whatever.
exactly.
It can be reposted. It's just that the schedules are required by law to be posted of all the town board meetings and committees, a year on an annual basis, so it's time to do that. I will make a motion to approve the, proposed meeting schedule as presented.
Yes, second that.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. I don't know, do we have any new business?
No.
Nothing that I know of, And I don't know if any, I mean, we've discussed everything we got, I don't know that we have any discussion on old business. So with that in mind, take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
No second that motion.
All in favor, say aye.